Good morning, my friends. What up? What up? It is an absolute beautiful bluebird day. Today we're going to be in the 70s. The sun is shining. Oh, if you guys caught my last video, we took our two CUNY breeders, our boar and our sow, to the processor. So we are going to have a freezer full of delicious, beautiful, well-marbled, red, beautifully tasting pork. That is the one thing that I love about the CUNY is the flavor. It's almost like beef. It is just so amazing. Now, they are considered a lard pig, so it's 50% fat, 50% meat, but that's a lot of good lard for cooking with. All right, so what we're getting into right now, we are cleaning up Mr. Kalua's area. I already took down our StarkLine netting, and I'm going to get this hog paneling out of place. I kind of had him a little bit more in a smaller area because he didn't really need a lot of room to move around. And we had him a little set back here in the woods. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to come in, get this cleaned up. We're going to thin out a little bit more. I'll probably get this leaner down and a few other trees, make a nice little area for our baby piglets back here. All right, and so this is where we had Moonshine and the babies. Let's go ahead and turn our StarkLine Energizer off. Yeah, everything went so smoothly with getting Moonshine and Kalua onto the trailer. Hello, babies. How are we doing? So this is Sambuca right here that looks just like Kalua. And then we got Miss Martini, who looks just like Moonshine. Oh, babies. How we doing? How we doing? You guys ready for a new spot? Yeah. So we're going to get them out of here, and we're going to put them back up into the woods and let this area calm down, rest a little bit, get the good growth going. All right, let's cut our Energizer back on. So, yeah, we're going to keep them stationary for right now. That's the thing about CUNYs. They're an absolute amazing grazing pig. But we're keeping a lot of this section for the sheep. And we're going to let the pigs run around as well. But for right now, we need some good growth. I've been working extremely hard on this back section. You know, I've seen videos before. If you've seen my videos on Instagram, this whole area was just completely covered with about as high as I am. Just brush, brambles, just so many thickets, lots of trees. And I've worked very hard to clear this out. You can see I got a lot of brush piles down there. And I ain't burning right now because the winds have been absolutely bad. But what I'm thinking about doing is getting a chipper and just doing mulch. Won't get too much from that pile, but it would be good in the future. And I've been working on this back section too. You can see how beautiful and lush and green it is. And that's what we're doing. We're getting into the woods, thinning out, and creating pasture. Now, when it comes to selecting the right trees to move, there's a lot of new growth in here. And you can see a lot of the skinnier trees and things of that nature. A lot of saplings. It just needs to be thinned out. There are a lot of, let's see, what's a good example? There's a lot of trees that are very close together, and we're going to take any ones that are misformed, misshaped from the wind that are just going to grow off to another side and become top heavy. We're also going to look for anything that's dead. Now, if we got a beautiful tree that's just standing straight up, we want to let the canopy explode. We want it to mushroom out and be a beautiful, beautiful tree, which will provide shade and which is a lot healthier for the tree. When they're so jumbled up together, the canopy has nothing but to just shoot straight up. So we're going to thin it out, and it's going to be actually very good for the rest of the woods. And we'll have a lot of good hardwoods for firewood. We'll have a lot of nice little wood set back for outdoor fires. So we got a lot to do, but one thing I'm super excited about, if you can see it right in here, there is new grass growth from all the seed. There is new grass growth from all the seed we put in. And it's going to take a little bit of time when you're doing silvopasture and getting into the woods, because You need that light, that beautiful sunshine to come down and let everything grow. And that's exactly what we're gonna do, y'all. So, all right, now we got an extra hog panel for another use. This area right here is where Khalil went to the bathroom. That's the amazing thing about pigs. They don't do their business where they sleep, where they eat. They find a designated bathroom. They handle business. A lot of this is just broken down already. So we're just gonna rake it all up and push it out into the pasture area and let that break down and fertilize everything. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting some of this thinned out over here. And we're gonna hit that side over there. Fire up the good old MS 271 right here. I was really hoping to get into this area in January and February, but snow and record colds, everything we had going on with the homestead, making sure everything was good, and all the moisture and rain, it was very hard to get in here. Usually come this time of month, I'm ready to go, but we're getting to it now, so that'll be good, and we're gonna continue on through the spring. So I'm gonna barrel through these, we'll get everything else set up. I'm talking about the binding stuff. Really makes some good tension rope. All right, y'all, my battery's pretty low on the phone, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this charged up. I'm gonna leave a couple of these stumps like this because this is a real good spot for the pigs to come in and scratch their booties and get all the good scratchies. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all cleaned up, pushed over there. Then we're gonna go ahead and set up our StarkLine electric netting. Dusty. All right, so I spread a bunch of the old spent straw around, got it all spread around, which is good. It'll go back into the ground and clean that area up a little bit. All right, so I'm good with what we got going on right now, a good space to put them. And then I'll come back in there a little bit later once we get a little bit more developed in green and pasture and goodness for the pigs and the sheep to forage and eat on. So We got to let that sit a little bit, but we've got the sheep up on the front side pasture off to the side, and they're enjoying some of this new lushness. And we're fixing to get the cows, our 2 beef steers, out as well, so they're going to be happy. Yeah, we are about to do our StarkLine electric netting. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with StarkLine electric netting, they make all these different amazing poultry nettings, hog netting, sheep and goat nettings. Now, this is the sheep and goat netting. This is absolutely my personal favorite. It's about 35 inches tall. This particular one is 164 feet in length, and it has this amazing fiberglass poles. The utility on it is absolutely amazing. So it is super rigid and stands up beautifully. Now, they make a couple different solar energizers. The reason why I like them is because they're relatively a new company. They're family owned, and they're based right out of here in Iowa in the United States, which is absolutely amazing. Now, there is another brand on the market, it's Premier One, that I was originally looking at as well, and they make an amazing product, but I like newer companies, and I've been using them for the past 4 years now, and I have not been disappointed. I have so many different nettings, but the sheep and goat are my absolute favorite to keep our pigs in, to keep our sheep and goats in, or well, we don't have goats, but to keep our sheep in, and we even keep our cattle in it. Now, they make a couple different solar energizers, and that's what we primarily use. They do have an AC energizer that plugs right into 120 volt. We do have one of those as well. That's going to go in our future barn. But they do have 2 energizers. One, they have the S400, which is a 1/4 of a joule, which packs a pretty good punch. And this particular one is the S1400. Now, I have several of these, and these are amazing. They pack 1.4 joules, 1 full joule, and it will actually do up to 3 of the nettings, which is pretty much close to 500 feet of netting, which is absolutely phenomenal. Now, if you guys are interested or want to learn more, it's StarkLine Netting, and you can look in the link in the description below. And I couldn't be happier with them. First thing I like to do is I like to lay it out, and then I'll probably stand up the first couple, but then I'll lay it out so I know exactly where I'm at. All right, we've got our, it probably took me under 5 minutes. That's one thing working in the wooded area. You got a lot of little sticks and brambles. And you gotta make sure that you get nice and get the netting straight and out. And it's super simple. Just literally plugs in down like that. And you see the rigidity of it. It's absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this stuff. All right, I got one more kink over there that I'm gonna get, but we got 164 feet of netting, and this is a very good sized space. So this is gonna be really good for the pigs. We'll get them down a little bit further. We'll take our energizer. Then we'll take our energizer and remove and position that on the outside. And you can see we got plenty of sunshine, just bangs down on it. I don't have to move it around with the way the sun goes. You find a good spot and it works perfectly. One other nice thing about these is that these are rechargeable. So that way you can take one, if one is completely dead, you have no sunshine, you can take it, plug it into your wall outlet. It'll plug right up. It'll start charging. And then you just put a new one on in place and you're good to go. You guys ready to go? Come on, babies. Pigs, come on. Little ones, come on. Come on. Mr. Guys, come on. Here we go. Come on, babies. We're almost there. I know. Oh, yeah. Sambuca. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. This side. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, buddy. Come on. Got you guys right here. There we go. Little extras. That's about as much as more than they get for dinner. Good job, babies. That is one thing about the coonies. They listen and do very, very well. Of course, they are very food driven, and pretty soon they'll be knowing their names. Well, you haven't even shut the netting yet. Good job, babies. All right, we got them into their new area. We got the StarkLine electric netting up, and this is gonna be good times, y'all. Now, when you close them in, you got your pigtails right here. Pigtails. You go, little fella. It comes with it's got these little barrettes on them, and basically I just open them up, slide them over the top rope of the electric netting. You can actually clasp them together like a barrette, but you know, I like it the other way. Then I just push it in real nice and tight, and we are good to go. And that is one thing I do love about, look at my baby right there. The 35-inch, super easy to get over. Now, connecting the solar energizer is very easy. It has a 3-foot grounding rod. You got your grounding wire right here. You've got your hot connector right there, alligator clip. Everything gets tied into the back, super simple and easy. Now on the S1400, you kick it up, that is low, and in the middle is off. And if you push it all the way down, that is super electrified. We don't need to do that. We just leave it on the top one. And these guys know the netting very, very well. And they'll test it a couple different times, but they'll know and they'll back right off. I have not yet had one to escape. And I've even left my energizer off after chores overnight and come back out, and they're still good. They know the netting. Especially when they're born in the electric netting, it makes a big difference. Will they test it? Yeah, absolutely. But if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you guys are interested in learning more, the link is in the description under StarkLine electric netting. You can also save 10%. Now my lovely missus right there coming out, giving me a hand. Thank you, baby. Well, look at them go. They're loving it. And as soon as pastures come a little bit better, we'll get them moved down a little bit. We'll rotate them all around. That's one good thing about the electric netting that we absolutely love. All right, that's turned on, so we don't want to touch that. I'm sure you guys will see me from time to time touch it, and I may do a test for you, but all right, happy pigs. It's warm, so they ain't gonna need much insulation with the straw, but this will give them a nice little place to burrow in and get all nice and comfy and cozy. All right, y'all. Day well done. Always makes me happy, but it's still early in the day, and got a lot more projects to do and get to. So I'm gonna mosey on up and see if my wife's got anything special she needs me to do, and find out what we're having for supper tonight. Oh, it is that time of the night, y'all. I know. I'm smelling some fried goodness up in here. Oh, yes, y'all. That is some delicious golden French fries being fried right there. My baby did such a good job of squirreling away our potato harvest. We still have French fried potatoes left, which is absolutely amazing. So we are doing smash burgers and French fries and fancy sauce. Fixing to go out to the griddle and get those burgers put on, y'all. And we're going to top that off with some mozzarella cheese, and it's going to be good. Do y'all hear that sound at the pond? Oh, that is the sound of summer right there. We got up to 82, 83 degrees today. We actually had to cut on the mini split, our solar air conditioning unit. I'm like, what? This should be the time of the month where all the windows are down. Well, let's get this bad chicken fired up. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. Masterpiece Just look at that beauty right there. Homemade bread. Look, I mean, just the color of that meat right there. Oh, that is so good. These French fries that she got going on. Perfect crunch.
Okay, good.
Fancy sauce. All right, y'all. That's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank y'all for following along on our journey. We truly appreciate y'all. God bless y'all. See you on the next one.